Hey there YouTube and all my subscriber family. This is Garrett with Houses on Wheels, and I just got off of work. I think you can tell I'm not in my van at the moment. I'm in a rental for the time being because my van's in the shop for some repairs, which I'm more than happy to pay for because my philosophy is you either have car payments or car maintenance, and even if you have car payments, sometimes you still have car maintenance. So again, I'm happy to pay for that. So I wanted to make a video just to kind of rant a little bit and hope that you at least somewhat enjoy my rant, or at least put up with it. And first of all, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, or at least a family get-together, or whether you celebrate or not. I'm not much of a holiday celebrator myself. I believe that every day should be a holy day, and that's where I leave that. You know, every day is a day to appreciate the Lord and how He has allowed our nation to be prosperous. And for those who are not in the United States that watch my channel, at least our individual lives prosperous in one way or another. You know, blessings come in all shapes and sizes. But so I'm glad that that all of you have stayed tuned to my channel and stayed subscribed. Man, tongue twisters. And so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I'm going to try to make a better effort at being more active on my YouTube channel. I wasn't for a little bit, partially because I still haven't found my hard drive with my previous recordings on it. I know it'll show up eventually as I start to downsize my stuff again. The other reason was because my Microsoft Surface, I was having issues with it, and I've fixed them, but I don't know. I've got another laptop. It's a little cheapo, but you know, so far it seems to be sufficient for what I needed to do. And yeah, it was under $200. It's nothing fancy, but it does what it does, and I can't expect more than that. So another thing, but the next video that I have, or it's actually going to be mostly a slideshow of still photos, but there's some small clips of video in it as well. And that video is going to be of the kitchen build that I'm doing, and it's a very small one, just a little, almost like a butler pantry in a sense, but it's actually going to have a stovetop and oven. And one thing I've noticed in my experience doing this van build is the more that I'm actually building, that I'm actually putting things in the van for the build itself, the less room I have to work on the van in the van. So thankfully, the people I rent from are more than gracious enough to allow me to use their garage for the build itself. And you know, I do what I can to make sure that the accumulation of wood pieces and whatnot are at a minimum as much as I can. And you know, I sweep up afterward and just being courteous, you know, common courtesy. But yeah, so I'm excited to put that video together of that slideshow for you, because it's coming together slowly but surely. I'm looking forward to I'm also looking forward to getting the van back so I can install the kitchen. I still haven't made the doors, and so I need to make the doors for the couple of cabinets that are part of the kitchen, at least the lower part of the kitchen. But that's not quite as high of a priority as actually installing the kitchen itself. Another couple of videos I want to do are explaining how to convert an over-the-counter sink, the type that actually a sink that actually sits on top of the countertop, how you can actually convert that into an under-the-counter sink, because those are traditionally more expensive than over-counter sinks. and there are actually tricks to be able to use one of them as an under-counter sink and save some money. So I want to do a video on that to explain how that's possible. Because I wasn't actually originally planning on having an under-counter sink, but the way that I wanted to save space in my kitchen build required, especially with I have a hand crank faucet, and I want to do that in order to, for one thing, have one less thing that can go bad. I guess technically it can still be the same thing that goes bad, but one less thing that can fail as far as, you know, when I'm out and about or whatever. So I got a hand crank faucet, but the way I built my cabinet to save space, it was not going to work out had I have the sink as it traditionally is. It was a used bar sink. If I had it as an over-counter sink, the way it's designed for. So I figured out a way that I could make it work for, you know, to my benefit. So I want to share that with you. Another video I want to do is, shoot, what was it? Oh, another video I wanted to do is showing how I, by complete accident, was able to take advantage of the little water dispenser that you get off of a water jug, the flip-up type, and be able to plumb the piping in through that. And the advantage of that is when I'm driving it on the road, I don't have to worry about water splashing all over the cabinet. So I want to do another video on that. I might even just do a 2-for-1 special, but most likely what I'm going to do is separate those two into separate videos. So just a slight update on what's going on with the van build and where I'm at. And I apologize about the low lighting. It's already past 4:30 in the afternoon here in the Seattle area, actually north of Seattle where I work. But yeah, I think that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I really do appreciate you hanging on and for watching this video and listening to me rant and being unorganized in my rant, if you will, in my speech, in my lecture, whatever you want to call this. I guess it's not technically a lecture because I'm not teaching anything. But I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to post it as it is, and so I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. And yeah, if you have not subscribed to my channel and you enjoy what I've done so far, or at least are somewhat undecided but are leaning toward appreciating what it is that I might have to share, then feel free to subscribe. Your support is very much appreciated, and all the money that, as if I'm making much, but whatever money I do make from YouTube is actually going to eventually go to a nonprofit organization to feed the hungry. Because if you've watched one of my rather early videos, you would have learned that one of my passions is feeding those in need and just supporting those who suffer all around the world. And there are certain nonprofit organizations that I'd like to support. And I can also possibly talk about that in a future video again if that's something that interests people, or whatever. I mean, it doesn't even have to necessarily be about the van build, but that is primarily what this channel is about, the van build. And then, you know, how once the van build is complete, however the channel progresses from there is up for consideration at this time. But anyway, thank you for watching. Take care. Love others as you love yourself. And I'll see you next time.